Welcome to episode 23 of The Idiot Farmers, where Phil and Mindy have a meatloaf war, Mindy shows you inside the she shed, and Phil breaks down the pigs that are finally back from the butcher. We hope you enjoy. Howdy! So, when Phil and I were in Spain, we met a couple from England who we were just talking about the different foods that we liked, and they really liked meatloaf. So Phil and I talked about it, and we decided that we would do a show on meatloaf and how to make meatloaf because not everybody knows how to make it. The twist in this one is that, number one, I don't like meatloaf. I make it occasionally for Phil, and he loves it. Number two, we both grew up with different kinds of meatloaf. So we are going to do a meatloaf off. So Phil's gonna make meatloaf the way he grew up with it. I'm gonna make it the way I grew up with it. And as we go along, we will show you guys the differences and the similarities between our two meatloafs. And then at the end, we'll probably bring a friend over to try both, and we can decide who makes a better meatloaf. So here we go. We're going to start off with getting our ingredients together, and then we'll come back.
So I'm not really making the meatloaf from when I was a kid because what we had was some lamb, so I'm making some Greek meatloaf. So that's what I'm over here doing.
Great. As for me, I couldn't find my mom's actual recipe, so I'm making it from what I remember. So just to start with the ingredients here, we've got ground beef. My mom would always use Italian breadcrumbs, but I have panko, so that's what I'm going to use. Mom would use tomato paste. I like this this kind of puree a little bit better. It tends to make it a little bit more moist than the paste does. So we're going to use that. And then I have some fresh Greek oregano from a friend of mine. And then we have fresh thyme and some regular oregano. It's from our garden. Onions, eggs, panko, and then just salt and pepper to taste. So we're gonna kind of, you want to say what's in yours? And then mix it all together?
Yeah, garlic powder, onion powder, Greek seasoning, onions, parsley, breadcrumbs, panko breadcrumbs.
Are we sharing this panko?
Hopefully.
We're sharing the panko.
We're sharing the panko, depending on how much panko we have left.
All right, so we're going to put all this together and start mashing it up, and we'll be back. This is a bone of contention amongst makers of meatloafs. I personally absolutely hate the taste of cooked ketchup. So I do not cover my meatloaf in ketchup. I will put ketchup on it at the end, but I will not cook it. Phil, you want to talk about what's in yours?
So this is lamb. It's got Cavender's Greek seasoning in it, parsley, bunch of onions, some panko breadcrumbs, garlic. Yeah, that's mostly it. And then mine's topped with this Maggi Sweet and Hot. It's an Indian tomato ketchup-like condiment. It's a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. Should be perfect for this. I missed a couple. So with the panko, I always add milk for the bread as a binder, and there's also 3 eggs, and there's 3 farm fresh eggs.
All right, so oven is now heated up. Phil is putting both of them in. They're in 2 different kinds of dishes, so we're probably gonna have to cook them at different times. But we've got it 350 degrees for hour-ish. We'll see how it goes. So here are the final products. This is Mindy's traditional meatloaf. Phil's Greek/Indonesian meatloaf. And then we have some garlic roasted potatoes to have with it. And he's heating up some vegetables right now. So we're gonna try it and we'll let you know how it goes. The dogs really would like some of the meatloaf, but you know, we'll see.
Okay,
So-
this is Mindy's.
Phil doesn't have any ketchup on his plate either. He's just eating it dry.
It's really good.
Yeah? Is it moist, dry?
Moist.
Yeah.
Not very salty.
Yeah. I tend to unsalt things or not salt things well. Greek one? Phil votes for the Greek.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am currently in the she shed, and I am putting together some of my. Actually, right now I'm making some conditioner. Pardon my face. I'm treating some skin cancers on my face. So, just wanted to show you guys what my setup looks like here and some of the things that I've made. So here's some of the tinctures that I've made. Here I've got an allergy support formula. And let's see, I've got memory support formula. Got some bitters. And then up here we've got some immune support, more allergy, cough and viral support. And then right now I'm currently mixing some emulsifying wax and some of the infused oils that I've made, which then I'm going to mix up with some distilled water to make some growth conditioner. And I just put together over here my growth shampoo, which I haven't labeled yet, but it's going to get labeled. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Eventually this is going to melt together. And then once it's melted, I'm going to pour it into this pot and then slowly add the water. And then some natural preservative, loose saddle complex, which kind of keeps it more shelf stable. And yeah, so we're going to bottle that up too. And we're going to have quite a lot of stuff to sell to y'all eventually.
Well, I'm not quite ready yet, but I did not kill any hookers. This is actually, we're going to be doing some curing of meat. Our pigs have returned to the farm in pieces. So, stuff like that. We got a whole box of bacon. And we're going to put some cure on this. So I do something called equilibrium cure. And what an equilibrium cure is, we get accurate weights on this. And then we add 3% salt, 0.25% potassium nitrate, and 1% sugar. No, 2% salt, 0.25% potassium nitrate, sodium nitrate.
You know what you're talking about?
1% sugar. 1% sugar. So I'm going to get my stuff together so I can mise en place, and then I will get back started here.
Okay, and Charlie's going to help by getting your way 100%.
Charlie is going to be quite a pest, I'm sure. Okay, so this is an equilibrium cure. So basically, we put the meat, we weigh the meat out, which in this case was 1964 grams, and then we figure out what percentage salt, the cure number one, which is sodium nitrate, sugar. In this case, we're using Del Mar sugar. You can use brown sugar. You can use maple syrup. Whatever.
What was it? Del Mar sugar? What's that?
It's raw sugar.
Okay.
Instead of white refined sugar, it's brown sugar. It's like a crystalline brown sugar. It's easier to cure with. And then 10 grams each garlic and onion powder, and about 10 grams of black pepper.
And how long do you expect that this will have to cure for?
A week per inch thickness.
And how many inches do we have?
2 inches.
Depends on if you're a guy or not, right?
I'd say that's 2 inches women's. What do you think?
I think
Thick?
it's probably a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 or 3 inches.
But the good thing about an equilibrium cure is it doesn't matter. It would matter if you just put him in like a box of salt, then you would only be able to leave it that exact amount of time. But in an equilibrium cure, it reaches equilibrium inside the bag. So equilibrium cure, you can. I'm going to leave them all a month. That way we're good.
Okay.
And after a month, we smoke it.
What are we gonna do with this ham?
We're gonna cure it.
But not the whole thing, right? You're
Just
cutting some of it
that
off
part.
for, yeah.
Yep.
And what are we gonna do with this piece?
This here?
Yeah,
Well, I don't know actually.
it's just gonna be meat, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's like bone, so it's like a roast, maybe.
maybe that'll be our New Year's pork and sauerkraut and
Yeah.
bay leaves and that kind of thing. But yeah, so that's Phil trying to get that stuff together.
It's a big booger.
He has to go to work in an hour and 50 minutes right now, by the way. So he's been working on this for several hours and then he has to go to work, which is super not fun. But holy cow, look at that ham. That is a big, that's a big
That is
ham.
a big ham.
And so when you cure it, what did you say about the size of it? It's going to cure for how long?
Yeah, it's going to cure for about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and so by that time it will have shrunk 30%. So what's this? The other day we got some of the pig back that we had butchered, and that included 2 large hams from the back. I was going to try to cure them whole, but by golly, they were just massive, and I was really worried about how that would turn out, so I ended up breaking them down into about 6 components, and we're curing those. So what I had left over was 2 hind legs, and then I stuck them in a big pot with stuff to make stock, celery, onions, garlic, all that kind of stuff, and then cooked it down for about 6 hours. And what you're left out with after you drain everything off and filter it is this incredible collagen made out of the pork bones and some pork muscle and stuff like that. So anyway, I just wanted to show you a real quick thing about that before I can it. Pork. Oh, let me show you what this looks like. Poured it in here. Mmm.
It's a beautiful fall day, and we decided to go for a walk on the farm. And this is what happens when we go for walks on the farm. Get very happy doggies. Are you hopping, dog? Are you hopping? And away they go with their octopus. Yesterday, they get in the pond. It's literally like 50 degrees outside. The water's freezing. Then they rolled in cow shit. And now I'm killing them by giving them a warm bath. Look, dying to death. Once again, thank you for watching The Idiot Farmers. If you like what you saw, please click like and share, and we hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.